Well, that's a lot of different size bales. So where baling's concerned, you really need to ask yourself a question before you go and buy a baler, and it's what it's going to be used for. So we have got grass, we've got some straw, and we've got some silage. You can also do your hay bales as well, and obviously you can have different sizes depending on what you're going for. Now if you're going for straight up grass bales, great, no problem. You can use either a square baler or a round baler, and the same with straw. Now, if you're going with silage, that's a little bit different. So under the square balers, you've got all these different ones, and you look down the middle, down the bottom in the middle, and you've got the sizes it's going to make. So the little Massey Ferguson MF1840, that's going to do 120 centimetre square bales. You then come to the others, and they're generally going to do 180 to 240 centimetre square bales. And if you've got the liftable pallets and bales mod on, it's going to do the same. It's got the same sort of sizes. You've got the Massey Ferguson there doing 120, and the rest going to do 180 to 240 centimetre, but you can then lift them afterwards, which is what I've gone and done here. Move them around. Now, with the square bales, do 120 centimetre ones. They're going to be little ones. They're going to be little tiny ones. If you go for the bigger ones, so we've got that one is, well, the 180 centimetres. That's got a 5,000 litre capacity. We then got the middle one, which is going to be a 6,000 litre capacity. I think it's like a 220 centimetre bale. And then the bottom one is 6,500 litre capacity and a 240 centimetre bale. So when you're in the shops picking your baler, whichever one you've gone for, you do have options, tyres, colours for the rims, whatever, various descriptions. You've also got these square bale twines. You can have it as standard twine, or you can have it empty on this particular Fendt one anyway. Now, if you're going for empty, you are going to need to fill it up before you start. If you go for it with the twine, it's already going to come loaded up. Now, if you go for the empty version, you come across under the baler category and under consumables. So you want your square bale twine just there. You can pick a pallet, goes from 1 all the way up to 8 pallets if you've got a load of baling on the go. And then you've got your standard. You can have your John Deere branded ones. You've got your Class. You pick whichever one you want to go for. I mean, to be fair, they all do the same. It doesn't make much difference. So once you've got your baler loaded up and you've got your square bale twine in, whether you've gone from it straight from the shop or whether you've added it afterwards, you just pull your baler alongside, left stick in if you're on Xbox like me, and it'll fill it up, no problem. So you come to your mown windrow area. You then unfold it, LB and A, puts that back bit out. LB and X turn it on. LB and B lower it down. Now you do have the option. You've got change bale size there. RB and right stick in. So you can have a 180 centimetre bale. Press it again and it'll go to 220 centimetre. And then press it again and it'll go to 240 centimetre. So you've got a 180, which is 5,000. 220, which is 6,000 litres. And then 240 centimetre, which is 6,500. So once you're ready, it's all turned on, it's lowered down, you just drive over your windrow and it's going to pick it up, chuck it out the back. Job's a good one. Now if you are just doing straight grass bales, this is probably the easiest, because with the square balers you don't have to stop and unload. You're just saying that. And you may want to do this because there is a further option, and we'll get back to that in a bit. So once you've got to the end of your row as well, if you're there, you got one stuck, you could have put out quite a few in your field and you're thinking, oh, do you know what, right, I've got those still stuck in there. No, I want to get them out as well. Turn everything off, turn your baler off so it's ready, ready for transportation. If you do L, B and Y, it'll put them out the back. So whatever's loaded in there, jobs are good. I mean, there is still a little bit in there, but obviously that's not a full bale yet, but we've just pushed that one out the back. So you could not leave that in the baler, you could make use of that. Now, if you've gone for the round baler option, again, it's a similar sort of thing. You go for whichever option you want to go for. You've got 125 centimetre bales on that one, or you can go for one that's got the different options, so 125 to 150. Entirely up to you. And again, if you've got the liftable bales on, you can do that, no problem. I mean, you have got a drivable version with the Vermeer, the ZR5 1200, so you don't have to have a tractor. not a problem on that one. It's going to do 125 to 180 centimeter round bales. So again, you go for whichever one you want. It's entirely up to you. But again, depending on what one you go for, you do have the option of having it empty or not. So you come down to your round bale net, standard, film binding, or empty. Your standard net or your film binding doesn't make much difference. It all works the same. And if you do go for the empty version, come across to your consumables and go for your round bale net. Again, up to 8 all at once if you've got a load of baling on the go, and you can change it. You can have your film binding, you can have your branded version if you want to match it all up. It all works the same, so pick whichever one you want. So once again, like the square balers, you just come to the edge of your field. Some of these may have an on-fold option, some may not. So if you do have an on-fold option, it's LB and A. This one doesn't have it. So we're going to turn this on, LB and X, lower it down, LB and B, and then away you go. Now, the difference between this one and the square bale, you do have the option again on RB and right stick in, 180 centimeter, 125 or 150. So you pick whichever one you want to go for. You will need to unload this round baler. So as you get further along, you're not going to be able to just plop it out the back like you do with the square baler, which is, it depends. It depends on what you want to do. I mean, I'd say if you're just doing straight square bales for your grass or your hay or your straw, probably, the square bale is the easier option. So once you've got your baler full, do LB and Y, unload baler. It's going to lift it up and it's going to plop it out. There you are. Drop it back down, LB and Y, and then carry on. Now, there is another option for the round bales. If you wanted to do some silage and you wanted to do round bales, you do have the option with the John Deere to do it all in one pass. And you've also got the Pottinger Impress as well. You can do baling and wrapping all at the same time. Fair enough. Now, you may have the option with the bale end turner on the back. So if you have it, yes, there, it's going to put it on its side so it doesn't roll down the hill. Now, I've had that in the past where it's gone in the river, so that might be a good idea to have. And then you have got the option of, having your black, white, green, or empty on your fore wrap and also on the bale net. Yeah, so if you are going to go for the empty version, just come across to your consumables. You got your wrap there. Obviously, you can get it up to boxes of 8, and you can choose it whether it's white, black, green, or forest green. Well, nature green they're calling it. So entirely up to you on that one. And then obviously you got your square bale twine as well. So that square bale, the round bale net for the round baler. So obviously just go fill it up if you want to, or just go get it out the shop and it's all full, ready for you to go. So again, like all the others, you just come to the edge of it like that. There we are. If you have the option to unfold it, it'll be LB and A. If not, LB and X, turn it on, LB and B, lower the pickup down, and then just drive in. So we're going to pick up the grass, no problem. Now, there is one thing with the round baler wrapper combo. There is no option to change the size. You can only do 125 centimeter round bales. And there we are. So we've got one done. It's going to come out the back like that. I mean, you will need to stop with this particular one whilst it loads the bale out onto the wrapper, but once it's doing its wrapping, you can carry on picking it up. So a little bit more attention may need to be paid. Entirely up to you. Now, like the other round baler, to unload it is LB and Y. Now, if you wanted to put the automatic unloading on, LB and up on the D-pad, there you are. So it's the same with this one and the round baler. As soon as the bale's ready, it's going to unload it, but you still do need to stop. Otherwise, it's just gonna, you're gonna miss bits in your furrows. Right, fair enough. Now, there is another option for this, and it's gonna be onto your round balers section. It's gonna be this one, the Vicon Fast Bale, and it is a mod, which is a bit of a strange one, because to be fair, this is a great piece of kit. Should really be part of the base game. And again, like the others, you do have the option of having it empty from the bale wrap and the bale net. So if you go for that one, no problem, but you are going to have to fill it up. So just come down to your consumables and get those. But what this does is ace. I mean, this straight up made me buy a DLC in 19. It's that good. So you come up to where you need to do your baling. You have to unfold this one, so LB and A. So once that's done, you then LB and X, turn it on. LB and B, lower the pickup. and then away you go. And what this is going to do is it's just going to pick it up. It's going to run a little bit slower, I will give it that. It only runs at like, what, 6 miles an hour, whereas the others are like 11, are they? So it does take a little bit more time, but you don't have to stop. You can just drive. So it's like the one part of the bale is now done. Let's put it into the back chamber, and it's done. It's now going to wrap it, and you're sorted. You didn't have to stop. I haven't missed a bit on this. And if you also turn on the automatic drop, as soon as it's ready, so LB and up on the D-pad, it's going to finish it off, it's going to drop it down, and you just carry on throughout your field, no problem. Now that is awesome. Now, obviously that's the round bales, no problem. If you've got square bales, you can still wrap those as well. So under the bale section, you've got this category wrappers. Now you can wrap round bales if you wanted to, if you haven't used a wrap as your go job. So if you've gone for a bigger bale rather than 125 centimetre, if you've gone for like the 150, you know, you might want to get one of these on the go. It's going to wrap it as well. So you can wrap round bales. Now you've also got these two here, the Anderson Hybrid X Extractor and then the Kuhn SW4014. Now these are going to do round bales and square bales. I would say don't go for the Anderson, because what this is going to do, it's going to wrap it and going to make one great big long bale sausage. Yeah, you can't move it after that. You got to cut them open and then you got to move them individually. So it's a little bit more difficult to deal with. I'm saying go for this one. Now, again, like all the other baler wrappers, whatever combo you're using, you do have the option to have it empty, or you can have it, you know, with the rolls already on. Entirely up to you. If you do go for the empty one, just go to your consumables and fill it up. No problem. So with this one, we're going to come to the field. We'll unfold it, L, B and A. All we need to do is just drive past. It's going to put it out to the side like that and just drive so the bale goes into the middle like that. There we are. And it's not supported, which is interesting. Okay, let's try the round bale. Why can we not wrap this? Alright, fair enough. Hold on a minute. Right, so I've gone and got myself a standard baler of the round and the square, and we'll see if that makes a difference. Because it could be that I was using the liftable bales. It doesn't work with those. Yes, there we are. So it doesn't work. The wrappers don't work with the liftable bales baler. Alright, no problem indeed. So if you want to do bigger bales and you want to use this wrapper as a separate entity, you are going to need to use a standard baler. Alright, fair enough. So once it's picked up and it's wrapped, you then do L, B and Y, lower it down. So we've done the round one, the small baler. Here, is it going to stay there? Oh, we'll find out. So we've now got these small square bales, so straight in. It doesn't matter which one you've got, so it doesn't matter whether you've gone for the round bales or the square bales. This is going to do both. That's awesome. So that's a small square bale as well. So then once that's done, we'll drop that down, L, B and Y. And then we'll come straight across, and this is going to be a 6,500 litre capacity one. Bale not supported. Interesting. So it's not going to do the big bale on the square, even though I use the normal standard base game baler. What about the round one? Let's have a little look. Is it going to do this one? Not that one either. So if we go into the wrappers, so that one there, so I'm going to do up to 220. So you're going to be able to do the small and the medium bales on both of them. Interesting indeed. All right, fair enough. So we've found out a little bit of a intricacy of it all. So if you want to do your liftable bales, you are going to have at the maximum these small silage bales that are wrapped for you as you go along. And if you want to do the bigger ones, well, the square baler, no problem. You're just not going to be able to wrap them afterwards. Alright, fair enough. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to wrap hay, but you can bale it the same as before. So you can do it in a square, you can do it in a round, no problem. And the same with the straw. So again, if you're doing square bales for your straw, round bales for your straw, or, you know, square and round for your hay, use the liftable bales mod, no problem. If you're doing square and round silage and you want bigger capacities, yeah, you are going to have to go at a maximum, was it 150 round and 220 square? Alright, just bear that in mind. I suppose it's not as simple as you first thought, but alright, no problem. And there is the final option. If you don't want to fancy baling yourself, you can actually just buy them. So you come down to your bale mod here. Well, come down to the objects in the shop category under your bales, and you can buy them. So you got your hay bales there, you got your silage bales, and you got your straw bales. And they do only come in one size. So you got that one there. Is 8,000 litre capacity of hay. That's a big bale. That is a big bale. And you do have the different options on the go there. So if you've got the round bales, it's 4,500 litre capacity. For the square bale, square silage bales, 5,000, 3,500 for the round one. And then 9,000 on the straw bale. Wow. And then 5,000 for the round. And then if you have got the liftable mod on, you can get your round and square versions of hay, straw and silage as well. You're just going to be able to pick them up. It's entirely up to you. You go for whichever one you want.